Hey everybody. Okay, first, let's make sure this reading is actually meant for you. Pinch your fingers together and ask, is there something here I need to hear today? And then you're going to pull, and if your fingers stay together, that's a yes. If it's a no, they will come apart. So I've been gone a while, so we are going to double down today and use several different systems on top of each other and really just do a fantastically interesting read. And the question we're going to ask is, what's going to happen to me in this upcoming week and why? So we're going to use Lenormand as sort of a houses spread so that I can use their movement cards. We're going to use the flower deck by All Things Divine to clarify the two people cards that have been laid down. Except for this right here actually represents the querent. And then we are going to use Lenormand to get clear on what's actually going to happen. And then we're going to use runes to try and figure out why it's happening. Okay? So, here we have it. Our central card for this 9-card spread with movements is actually you, the person card. So this is you whether you are male or female. And we have basically something kind of being taken from you. We have kind of some money being gifted. So this will be an interesting kind of set of houses and you moving from one state of being to another. So let's see what all that actually looks like. Let's start by just clarifying these two people cards. So in the order at which they were laid, we're going to say that the rich gent is Chicory. So this is going to be kind of a younger person who is more possessive and has more egoistic love, someone who's kind of trying to have a little bit of power over other people. Up here, we've got White Chestnut. So this is going to be an older man, obsessive, unwanted thoughts, inner discussions and worrying. So, I would say probably this is an older man who is kind of obsessing about your well-being and is kind of in a state of concern over some things. All right. So, let me just memorize this because we're going to have to cover everything up with these cards. All right. So, we've got Erica's Lenormand of Hope, which is a deck I just have fallen in love with lately. So, Bouquet over the Thief. Key over Military Man. Birds over Unexpected Windfall of Money. Scythe over Long Way. Book over You. Bear over Gift. Star over this kind of possessive person wanting power. Fox over House, and Mice over Good Outcome. All right, so let's see. And then up here we have Fish over the old kind of man that's worrying. All right, so let's just start with you. Right here in the center, we've got Book over You, which means that this is actually going to be a time of kind of unknown, and not necessarily in a very good way. So we have the Long Way card right here that is covered now by Scythe. So you're going to have this kind of difficult journey that is going to take you from a place of kind of, a place of power and a place of feeling on top of things and a place of kind of wanting to be in control over others. So remember, this was Rich Gent, but specifically colored by the All Things Divination flower deck to say that it's, kind of someone who wants power. So I think this is you. I think you're feeling kind of strong. Here we have it covered by Star, which is a place of kind of clarity. You are basically going to be moving from a really kind of good place, but kind of enjoying feeling like you have some control over people and things, and you're going to find yourself going on a difficult journey that leads you to a place where you don't really feel like you know what's going on. And that actually kind of weighs down here on your home life, and it makes things feel wrong. So this is Fox covering House. All right, so if not your home life, it's going to be weighing down on kind of your sense of stability. So I think you're going to have a bit of a destabilizing week. In this upcoming week, things are going to just feel kind of wrong. Now, here we have the good gent, which is an older man, and he is covered and he's kind of worrying. And here we have fish on top of it. So I think you've got someone who's kind of maybe worried about you a little bit, and they either have or are going to start trying to offer you money. We have bouquet right here, and that is leading. So this is bouquet over thief, and then we have key over military person. All right, so I think you've got somebody who is going to be kind of offering you money, but the problem is that this gift is kind of taking away from you. And what it's robbing is your own sense of self-agency, your own sense of self-discipline. And this is kind of key to the reading. This is weighing down on that kind of sense of unknown. You know, you were sort of making your way down here. You felt in control of your environment. I'm not 100% convinced that you were in your most ethical place with that, but, you know, I think we've all been there, right? Where we just feel like, you know, we've got power over ourselves, some power over others, and it just makes you feel more secure. Well, you're moving into insecurity, and part of what is weighing in on that is actually other people kind of wanted to fix your problems for you. Now, if we move over here, we have unexpected money. So there's some kind of windfall of money that is actually more a source of stress. And I think this is corroborating what we're talking about right here. Someone is trying to give to you in a way that is actually taking away your agency, and that is just actually, in their attempt to make you more stable, it actually makes you feel unstable. So you've got birds, which is kind of stress, over that small bit of money card, and that is connected down here to mice in your over your good outcome card. All right, so this is basically robbing you of a good outcome. This is bear over gift. So gift is basically connecting the birds to the mice. It's connecting this little windfall of stress money. Someone is basically taking some authority over what is really your situation, and that is actually causing you to just lose some of the sense of good outcome. Okay? Mice kind of just gnaw away at that sense of good outcome. You know, it would almost be better for you to screw up a little bit and just let that happen so that at least what's done feels like yours. But there is something just a little debilitating when people try and fight our battles for us. All right, so what do we have now as far as why this is all happening? All right, Tiwas, Gabo, Haglas. Yeah. Okay. So here over the fish that's on top of the worrying man, this is really just someone's effort to kind of protect and defend you. This is Iwaz. It's a kind of defensive, protective rune. Over here, we have that windfall of money and the stress that it brings. And this is Hagalas. That's a card of like trouble. So this person actually feels like you're in a bad space. There's a lot of kind of stress and worry around it. And so they're intervening. And so they are kind of inserting themselves, and this is sort of like a new thing that is coming in. This is Berkano, so that's a beginning, it's a newness. And what this is actually doing is it is kind of putting more energy on the problem. This is Sowilo, so this is like the power of the sun. It's this incredibly expansive, fueling rune. And when you fuel your problems just get bigger. You know, so again, what's happening here is you're actually meant to learn a little something about relying on the generosity of others. Okay? Sometimes more is less. All right? Here we have Tiwas over bouquet. So this again is sort of like the gift being given. So this is telling the same story as this. But you are basically feeling like you're being robbed from. This is over thief, remember? And it just feels like it isn't right. It's kind of stimulating that part of you that just goes, this isn't really correct behavior. This isn't really what I'm supposed to be doing. And so it actually kind of makes you want to discipline yourself. It's taking away from your discipline and leading to, so this giving is leading to trouble. It's leading to making things worse. This is Gabo. It's kind of a card of generosity and giving. All right? So it's kind of, this is going to be a week, I think, that kind of stimulates a lot of these just sort of philosophical quandaries, like this is it really right to accept the help that I'm accepting? Are there maybe costs to this help as far as my own growth is concerned that I am missing? All right. So let's go back here. Here we had, let me just refresh my memory. Oh, yeah. Okay. So here we had kind of, you were sort of in your power, you had control over things. And so this was actually, you were in a place where sort of divine forces were sort of empowering you and you were feeling good. But fate needed to come in to sort of just shake everything up and put you in this state of unknown. And the purpose of all of this is actually to make you stronger, to connect you and unify you with your deepest self, with your culture around you and how you interact with them. This is Ingwaz. So Ingwaz is a rune of like unification, but there's also a generative aspect to it. It kind of connects you into your almost like reproductive lineage. And so this is a potent, connected thing. And so it's this thing that comes up in life over and over again where the things that make you feel unstable and being willing to kind of sit in that space and just sort of experience it and find your way through it actually is going to be strengthening for you in the end. All right? So now we have, let's see, fox and house. So something is kind of wrong with the house. And this right here is actually showing that there's just sort of an inappropriate teamwork coming in. Okay? And again, it's referencing just this person that you're kind of just receiving from in an inappropriate way. And then Sowilo over mice, we already interpreted that. So basically, the message here is that you are going from a place of relative strength to a place of feeling unstable. And you want to actually be careful what kind of support you receive. There is a kind of teaching here for you in this upcoming week about really kind of stepping back and saying, if I just did this off my own steam, if I just kind of showed up and did my best with this, what would that look like? Right? If it were just a little bit harder, but I was showing up and doing what I needed to do, rather than telling myself a story or letting someone else tell me a story about how I am not enough and that I am in need of somebody else's stability in order to get through this event. So this is basically about the potential to not miss an opportunity to grow and stand strongly in your own space, even if it means that maybe there's some mess that it takes a little longer to clean up. All of these windfalls of money, all of these good things and bad things that happen to you, they will be rotting in your brain in the next 50 to 80 years, maybe sooner. okay? That's really not what your life is about. Your life is about what did you learn from all of it? And so sometimes when the challenge comes in, you really do need to look up and go, I don't know when I'm going to get this chance to grow like this again. I think maybe rather than sort of being afraid and hoping someone saves me, why don't I actually just open up to this exactly as it is and just stand wide open in front of it? Maybe you don't even know how to begin to interact with it, but you just make a move. You make a move and you see what happens. You make a phone call to collect some information, or you go online. You just take a step and see what it does to the picture in front of you. And then you take another, and then you take another, until it just comes clear. There's an opportunity for you. If you were a strong positive for this, there's some opportunity for you to stand your own ground and find your strength in that place. And not from a place of rigidity, but from a place of not knowing, a place of flexibility, a place of, what do I do? What if I try this? Do you see? So that's the teaching for you today. I hope that is helpful to you. Um, if you have not yet seen this deck, this is from All Things Divination. It's their flower deck. She took all the kind of Bach essence, like the flower essences. They're perfect for learning about people's personalities. This Lenormand deck is the Lenormand Game of Hope. And what's actually wonderful about this is that it is inclusive of other ethnicities. So a lot of times Lenormand can get pretty white. And so there's that. And then this is the original Kipper deck. All right, everybody, thanks so much, and I will see you in another video. If you'd ever like a reading of your own from me, feel free to reach out to me at hiddenpathways.com. Have a great day.